Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to my 3 takeaways episode from the PJ Taei interview that I posted this past Monday. That was such a unique conversation because he gave me so much in-depth analysis about his entrepreneurial journey with Uscreen and how he got started, the different clients that they currently have, how they're servicing them, and how those clients are being super successful. And he talked about how he kind of found this industry and he went all in with it and invested almost $500,000 in this industry. And a couple of the themes that he really talked about a lot was complacency. He talks about working from home. I'm going to get into some of those things during the 3 takeaways, but you guys need to make sure that you go back and listen to this episode, especially if you're out there and now you're working from home because of quarantine, because of COVID, and you think you're going to be working from home for a long time. I really want you to go back and listen to this interview because he talks about how working from home is not going to be as easy and as glamorous as people think it's going to be, both from an employee standpoint and an employer standpoint. He gives you kind of some tips that you can start doing in order to make sure that you're still successful at working from home. With that being said, guys, I have a Monday newsletter that goes out every single Monday morning that will get you motivated to start off your week. It's called the Monday Motivation Trio 111. One video, one quote, one workout straight to your inbox. It's just a great way to set yourself up for success. I think I sent out the newsletter. I hadn't really thought about this before because I think that's something that I would love to get in my personal inbox. I love motivational quotes. I love motivational videos, and I love working out. And if you can get those 3 things, if you can get some energy from a quote and a video, and if you can actually get energy, actual physical energy, by getting your body moving and going at the start of the week, you're going to build some momentum so you can absolutely crush the rest of the week. So go to nickcarrier.com/111-newsletter to get that straight to your inbox every Monday morning. Again, nickcarrier.com/111-newsletter. With that being said, let's get right into my 3 takeaways with PJ Taei. Number 1 is don't expect people to do their jobs as you'd like them to. Now, this is very critical for leaders and really kind of for anybody in the workplace who thinks somebody else is going to do something simply because they're supposed to. Simply because you email them to do something, you think they're going to do it. Now, if you're vague in any manner, and if you're not super simplistic, then the likelihood that that person is going to do it the way that you want to do it goes way down. Now, as a leader or as an employee asking somebody else to do something, that's not meaning that you have to tell them exactly what to do. You have to do it by X, Y, and Z. You're not necessarily laying out every single step, so you're not giving them any flexibility. That's not what I'm talking about. It's about setting a clear set of expectations about what you exactly want from that person, like kind of the end product, and then they can go about finding a way to create it in the way that they best see fit. Because if you're giving somebody else a project to do, it's because you think they're going to be better suited to complete that than you are. So ask for the finished product and then give them the flexibility to do it themselves. But again, the main takeaway is that you have to give them clear expectations for that finished product, because once you give them clear expectations, then they actually have direction as to the strategy that they should go about finishing that project or doing that task. Takeaway number 2 is complacency leads to failure. You have to have heard this before, that complacency is just, to me, it's the root of all evil. I wrote a LinkedIn article called that, Complacency is the root of all evil. If you ever get comfortable in, honestly, life, in your relationship, at work, in your spiritual life, and you don't do anything to improve those areas, to marginally improve those areas, you are going to start to fall behind. You've heard the phrase that if you're not progressing, then you're standing still. If you're not moving, then you're standing still. And that is so true. If you're complacent anywhere in your life, you're going to start falling behind. If you're complacent at your job, then you're not going to take action like you would if you felt a very hard drive, if you had a goal that you were trying to achieve. Complacency just leads you to taking less action than you should be taking. So don't get complacent in any area of your life, whether it's business, your relationship. I mean, complacency in a relationship is detrimental. If you get okay and comfortable with where you are and you don't spend time with your significant other, if you don't have real conversations, if you don't go on dates with your significant other, then that is slowly but surely going to deteriorate without you even realizing it. Takeaway number 3 is remote work is harder than you think. And this is my favorite question and favorite topic that I asked him. And he was really glad that I asked it. And I was really glad that I asked it because I hadn't really talked too much to people about it before, because everybody now is going remote and they don't know how long it's going to last. Some people are already remote through March and April of 2021. It's like, holy crap, that is a long time to be remote if you've never experienced it before. So if you've never been remote, you've got to find a way to be disciplined. Maybe it's not even working from home. Maybe it's going to a coffee shop. Maybe it's going to a WeWork, because there's something to be said for changing your environment between the place that you live and hang out and the place that you work. Because if you try to mix them together and you don't have any experience doing it, it can be super difficult to figure out that right balance as to when to be working and when not to be working. Now, it's okay sometimes when you're working from home to do the laundry, to do the dishes, to fix things up as intentional breaks. But if you don't intentionally place those into your day, then they're just distractions. One of a quote that I had from Nir Eyal is, you can only call something a distraction if you know what it's distracting you from. So if you're at home, you need to be able to know how to separate the two. If you can't, go find somewhere else to be disciplined in a different environment. Again, my 3 takeaways. Number 1, don't expect people to do their jobs as you'd like. It's about setting a clear expectation for that person so they know how to go about deriving a strategy for themselves in order to achieve your expectation. Takeaway number 2 is complacency leads to failure in all areas of life. Don't get comfortable. Don't think the moment you think that you're comfortable in your relationship, in your job, in your spiritual life, all these things, the moment you feel like there's no area to improve, that's when you start falling behind. Complacency leads to failure. Takeaway number 3 is remote work is harder than you think. Don't think, oh, I'm going remote. This is going to be awesome. I can work from home. I can do this. I can do that. We've got to find a way to stay disciplined to keep this big economy going. We can't just be okay with wasting time at home. Now, if you intentionally place some of those work chores into your day, then I'm okay with that. But it's when you unintentionally do it is where it hurts, and you need to find a way to either find the balance or find a different environment to do your work in. I hope you guys enjoyed these 3 takeaways. I hope they were helpful. I really liked, honestly, all of them, but that last one is so applicable to this current times with everybody going remote. So take some notes on this. Go back to the PJ Taei interview and take some notes on that if you hadn't already, because I really, truly think it'll help you get closer and closer to your best you.